Hey everybody, welcome to What's Up Wednesday. Every now and then I see something or I think something and I come up with a novel concept to share an idea. Usually they're creative, oftentimes they're driven by some kind of an aha moment. But recently I was watching a show, I can't remember what it was, but like many movies or series that any of us would watch, there was a villain and and I think it was actually Reacher with Alan Richardson, and they make this villain up. His name was McCabe, and they create this propaganda within the show that really get the viewers to not just dislike this person, but even beyond that, to want to see Reacher take him out. And I thought a lot about that because we have, seemingly so much divisiveness in our society right now, and we could see it on the news. We could see, the difference in belief systems between different groups. And what really amazed me is how much a little bit of propaganda, whether it be social media propaganda, whether it be media propaganda, how it can influence a group and not only influence the group, but I believe that humans are very perception oriented creatures. So whatever we perceive, we generally almost consider factual. So basically, what we see is what we believe, and it's not based on fact. It's not based on necessarily real events. It's based on what somebody told us. It's based on an observation we had, which often is only part of the equation. Somebody tells us a story of something happened to them, and that's their side of the story. If we show some curiosity and we find out from the other party what their story is, usually the two stories don't add up. And generally the truth is somewhere in the middle of it all. But I think that, in leadership, we need to consider the fact that there's propaganda, if you want to call it that, in everything that we do, everything we deal with, employee human resource issues, relationship issues between employees. It could be any number of things, but the fact is it's very easy for us to respond or to take sides based on our perception. Whereas I think that a leadership 101 objective would be that we stop. That's the first thing. And we gather facts, we observe, we watch, we listen, we ask tons of questions, and we seek to understand. I know this is really hard to do, and it takes a lot of discipline as leaders for us to learn to do this. But if we don't, we're going to take that perception, whatever it may be, and it's going to become factual, and we're going to create an opinion. We're going to create a position on something. And that can be really, really dangerous. And I believe that, again, maybe step two in this as leaders, we also need to reinforce this message with other people around us, people who we have influence over. We need to make them very aware that their perception is not necessarily reality and oftentimes isn't reality. And the fact is that perception grows in their minds. And sometimes it morphs out of control where their idea or picture or view of something is so skewed from reality that they're kind of in a fantasy world in their own head, so to speak. And I know that's a little bit harsh, but I see it all the time. I see it in people I deal with, people I interact with. And it's really concerning because the fact is I think that this sense of curiosity or seeking to learn, seeking to understand, it seems to kind of be disappearing or going by the wayside more and more. And it's important for us to not only remember how important that is, but be very aware and become disciplined in our approach to consistently kind of take that stand. And I think the number one thing is when we see a situation where there's any kind of a question mark, we just stop right then and there and we start to go into investigation mode. We observe, we listen, we ask questions, we try to seek facts and understand the situation so that we can offer better insight into it. And the more that we can do this, I think we're setting an example for others And the likelihood is we're going to get a better result in the long term. And I think ultimately that's the goal of anybody, is to get a good result where everybody can come together from different sides with different views and opinions and come to some kind of a collaborative agreement or approach on how we go forward. So hopefully that's a helpful What's Up Wednesday, and we'll see you next week.